Shamaya, you did it.
STL Music.
Is that welcome back to the show. Yo, listen up, we back in the game. Sweet the league, we got the flame. Motivated to the fullest every single day. We wake up, get it in every way. Rockin' the 222 and the global inspiration. Talk this sports and top news, no hesitation. Sweet the league is back. We always coming back, that's a fact. Wanna tell them that STL Music, mama, we did it, where we at? Coach Jill in the house with the flow so tight. Every rocks, that's we unite. Yeah, the best show, Monday through Friday. If this ain't different, they lying. We got the energy. When I say sweep, you say the league. Sweep the league, sweep the league, sweep the league, sweep the league. San Antonio, let's go. Sweep the league. Sweep the league. Sweep the league. San Antonio, let's go.
We're gonna run this shit back.
What is up, everyone? It's your boy Elias, host of Plead the Sith. Thank you all for joining me this Tuesday evening. We have a lot of shit to cover. It's gonna get pretty aggressive, just giving y'all a heads up. I got the boy Rudy in the mix, the rated R sports star, throwing it back a little bit with the NSFW rating today. We're gonna be breaking down his trip to Phoenix, or his trip to hell, I should say, from the way he described it. And all y'all's kitchen nightmares, restaurant nightmares, and this goddamn tipping culture that has everyone feeling so important, so privileged. But that's not the name of the game. The name of the game is, you get what you get paid for how you treat people. Well, anyways, let's bring in the man himself, the rated R sports star, Rudy Campos Jr. Come on in, bro.
What is up, dude? How are you doing? You cool?
Yeah.
You good? You chill?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Don't worry, I'm gonna tell you right now, but the camera shit that we had before the show, it looks good. It's clear.
Yeah, I figured it out. So I was trying to run this shit on like 4K, knowing damn well my computer can't handle that. I got me a laptop. I didn't get anything top of the line just yet. Got to make sure this shit works out for you, boy. Because this is the hottest show on the Sweep the League network so far. And as the host, I think I could flex a little bit and say that it's the fastest rising show on the network, and it's the premier show over on my network. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to PTS_TV 2025. So y'all could join us in the chat. Like and subscribe, help your boy grow, help spread the word. Sweep the League, the greatest network in the game. So Rudy, you just got off a pretty dope Sweep the League episode. Pretty timid, just cool vibes with you and Coach Gio. Shout out Coach Gio.
Yeah, dude.
But you've been pushing backstage, saying, "Bro, I have some stuff I have to get off my chest." I've had a couple run-ins with a couple assholes through the drive-thru. Got a couple of run-ins with some shitty waiters and these motherfucking waitresses that think they deserve to get tipped half your fucking bill just for putting a cookie in the bag. And that'll make sense later when we get to my story, because I had something fucking stupid in Ingram that I just have to get off my chest.
It just calling out specific places. Ingram.
Yeah, Ingram Park Mall, that little cookie shit. My daughter just wanted an M&M cookie and confetti cookie. That shit came out to $8. I was like, all right, $8 for 2 cookies. Y'all really taxing in these motherfuckers. And she has the audacity to turn the screen and be like, would you like to leave a tip? And I was like, okay, if it's a small tip, all right. Bro, it started off at 10% for putting cookies in a bag. Are you fucking crazy?
Yeah.
How I'm gonna give you half the price of what I just finished fucking paying. I mean, if you're gonna charge us for that, then might as well have a saloon door on the side. Let me walk in and put the fucking cookies in the bag myself. I don't know what she was expecting, but she wasn't gonna get that extra out of me. And before y'all start saying that, oh, you're just cheap, you're this and that, you know what? It is what it is. If you want to be out here pocket watching, then by all means, I'll send you a link to my bank account and we'll both laugh together, motherfuckers. But cash cash at me. Let me put that, or maybe a couple super chats when we get there. I'll be sure to pay you out though, Rudy. Alrighty, let's get to some of these comments here. We got Christopher Leah from MCS General Contracting, the sponsor for Sweep the League and Plead the Sith.
Yeah.
We got my homeboy, my brother Jacob Eric, one half of Grading the Market with Anthony Turk. We got David Atwater in the mix. What up, David? I know I give you a hard fucking time all the time, but you're one of my biggest supporters in all this, bro. So I love that you're in here, even though I cook your ass on the daily for no damn reason.
Yeah.
Let's see. Joel Colon. What's up, Joel? Sam Salinas, my boy Sam. David, you're back. This motherfucker dropping my legal name. Get the fuck out of here, bro. It's either Christopher or Christy. What the fuck? Connect the dots, bro. Come on. But shout out MCS General Contracting, best in the game. If you need that concrete work, y'all should go ahead and send a message out to my boy Nameless Leha, because I guess I can't say his first name anymore. Leha. That's also his rap name. If you know, you know. But Rudy, let's save the restaurant talk for a little bit later. I really want to hear about your experience in Phoenix. You had a lot of shit to talk about, bro. Let's give us your highs and lows. But the show is all about spotlighting the lows. So let's start with those first.
So, I'll say this. The drive wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. We did see some pretty bad accidents on the way, but getting into Phoenix, man, I thought San Antonio had bad drivers, but Phoenix drivers, I know I've said it on the last time we were talking about this on a Sweep the League. They can go to hell, dude. They can go into that 120-degree hell that's called Phoenix. They drive like shit in Phoenix, man. You're talking about these motherfuckers could have wiped my ass by as close as they were to me, and tailgating on me because they're terrible. They were cutting in and out of traffic, doing like 85, 90 on the right lane. And here I am trying to figure out where the fuck is my exit for this. I get it. You're honking at me. The fucking license plate says Texas. It doesn't say Arizona. I am not from Arizona, so I'm a tourist. First off, I'm trying to find my hotel, but first off, the driving part, man. Not only that, the people in Phoenix, Coach Gio, shout out to Coach Gio. He was like, "Oh, Rudy, did you not know that Phoenix was voted as one of the rudest cities in America?" Well, fuck no, I didn't. I wouldn't have taken the family.
I caught your reaction firsthand when Coach Gio brought that up. Your eyes got all big. You were like, "Are you fucking kidding with me, Gio?"
Exactly, dude. I mean, when I say rude, dude, in the entire week that we spent in Phoenix, 2 people, both over the age of 60, said thank you to us and were kind to us the entire time. Everybody else just completely sucked, from the people at the hotel who were pretty decent, nice. The one girl that worked overnight, when I came and said, "Hey, I need some extra towels. I've got 5 people in the hotel room. We've only got 3 towels." And she looked at me like I was asking for, a fucking bath cart of Bed Bath & Beyond shit to go take it back up to my room. And no, I'm not. I just need some extra fucking towels. I mean, we're not going to all wipe with 1 or 2 towels when we get out of the shower. So overall,
you're like, damn, ho, I ain't telling you to go home and bring the one that you have in your fucking restroom. I know damn well there's a closet back there fully stocked. If you don't go get me a fucking towel right now, bro, it's ridiculous, bro. You ask for the most minimal shit, and people react like you're asking for a fucking blowy or something, And as we get going, guys, it shows NSFW, y'all. If y'all didn't know, now you know. Go ahead, Rudy. Sorry to keep.
No, bro. You're right. I mean, for the amount of money that we paid for the hotel, which was on a golf course, I would have expected at least a hand jibber or something. I mean, you would think that would come with the service, but it didn't come with that. All we got was fucking, a great buffet. Shout out to that. I mean, no, the great buffet, a great breakfast. They had a great breakfast meal. I got a great view of the mountains, got a great view of the golf course. Other than that, the Phoenix heat is no joke. San Antonio, I love it even more. South Texas, it's humidity. It's hot. But when you open the car door in Phoenix in that 112-degree weather, it's a dry heat, brother. But I don't give a shit. When you sit on your driver's side, passenger side, whatever seat, and you're wearing shorts, that shit sticks to you so bad. You're talking 4th-degree fucking burns in Phoenix. You're driving around, you're holding onto the steering wheel for dear fucking life. You don't want to let go, but you know you have to because it's so fucking hot. It was a good trip, but it was a bad trip. Top it off. The women in Phoenix are definitely nothing to write home about from what I saw. There was a lot of women. I get it's a hot place, but there's just sometimes you can't squeeze in to that Oshkosh bagosh, clothing anymore. It just doesn't fit. And when you've got, more rolls than a dinner table just hanging out everywhere.
God
And
damn.
as mentioned, when you've got fupa on top of a fupa, baby girl, come on. Spandex don't cost that much. If I could have done anything for the city of Phoenix, it would have been a clothing drive where I just gave spandex to everybody there, because some of you guys out there wearing what y'all wore, oh my God. I came out like Stevie Wonder. Exactly. I came out like Stevie Wonder, blind as a fucking bat. That's my little bit of trip to Phoenix.
Man, I like how you said spandex don't cost a thing, but you don't want to put all that in spandex, Rudy. If we're being honest, I used to. I was about to expose myself. I ain't gonna say what I used to do. I used to know somebody but she looked like a torta is the perfect word for it, right? She's like a torta and saran wrap, where she stretched those tights as far as it could, practically became see-through, bro. Shit was, it wasn't too appealing. I'll give you I have a torta story for you. Still keeping up with the restaurant theme. So
Yeah.
I got catfished in a way by someone. They live a city nearby, and I was like, all right, y'all are. She's a pretty good person to talk to and whatnot. Face fucking beautiful, right? But when I pulled up, I'm a big fella, and she had me feeling petite. But anyways, we went about our day. She pulled up with a brand new PS4 controller, a gift card at Wingstop, and Star Wars Rogue One had just dropped, and she took me to go see it in 3D. Didn't have to pay for anything, bro. At the end of the date, I didn't give a fuck what she looked like. She was cool as hell, and I looked at her like, you know what? I might have to marry you if these prizes keep coming this way. Needless to say, we didn't talk after that date, and I'm an asshole. But here we are.
Sometimes things don't happen for a reason, brother.
Yeah, shout out JC. Howdy, JC's in the chat. Howdy, brother. But yeah, Rudy. I mean, there's, even going. I was at SeaWorld this Sunday, bro. There's a lot of people dressing. I'm not fat shaming. I'm a big motherfucker. I have a shirt off all the time. Y'all know. Y'all seen the pics. But some people, even guys, have better titties than some of the girls I've seen. Like,
oh my God.
I'm all about hyping each other up, but some guys should leave their shirts on and some women should put more clothes on. That's all I'm gonna say when it comes to SeaWorld. And it's like they believe in sunscreen, but they don't believe in deodorant. How the fuck does that happen?
God, dude.
It's not gonna wash off in the river. I don't want to be swimming in the lazy river. Then it sounds like lazy ass, it's laziness and ass in one river. It just didn't work out. I told my wife, I was like, I'm just gonna start walking around with an aerosol spray and be like, oh, I'm spraying myself with Axe and get the person behind me, trying to fill the room. And yes, Sam, beyond a torta, that's what it sounds like Rudy described to us, bro.
Well, let me paint a picture for what I've seen in Phoenix. And there was this one girl. We went to a mall, and when I said that she had fupa on top of fupa, I mean, I'm putting it nice, dude. She was walking forward, but
leaning back.
I could not tell if her ass was behind her or in front of her. Like, I had no fucking idea. That thing did not go from side to side. I mean, whatever she's eating, it's going from front to back, literally. And I have no idea how to describe it, dude. I'll just be honest. Never seen it before. Don't want to see it again. Love you, Phoenix. Great. Go to Chase Field. I'll go back for a baseball game, but it's the hotel, baseball game, back home. I'm not going anywhere else. I'm going to say it. Fuck that city. I will never probably go back to celebrate anything in Phoenix ever again. If my daughter's like, I'm going to University of Arizona, sweet. I will visit when I
FaceTime me,
can.
Skype me, FaceTime me, join me on an episode of Sweep,
Does,
something. You ain't getting my ass in there in public.
does anybody do Skype anymore? You just mentioned Skype. You're fucking old shaming me here, dude.
Matt, do
Golly.
you think I know how to work these cameras, Rudy? I almost crashed out through this fucking laptop because I couldn't figure out how to change the resolution. We almost didn't have a show, guys, just because I got upset. Your boy's a
Dude.
little hot-headed, but yeah, man. I mean, at least you had a fun time at the baseball game or
Yeah.
whatever you
Oh
did
yeah,
out
we're
there.
good.
It feels good to have the family, take the family out and whatnot. We
Yeah.
got
I think we said like in Schlitterbahn, we take a yearly trip to Schlitterbahn. And what you mentioned about SeaWorld, I saw Sam post about SeaWorld and like what you mentioned. I don't like going to Schlitterbahn. I don't get in the water. I don't do that. First off, I'm going to be real with everybody out there because this is the great and the fastest growing show on Sweep the League Network here. It's a
yes, sir.
fucking cesspool, dude. I mean, you've got hundreds of people in a floating river or a wave pool. And to me, it's like, I don't know if this guy's taking a piss in the fucking water. I don't know if this guy just dropped a fucking turd. He's shitting in the fucking pool. I do not get in any of the water. I leave it all. It's like a boiling pot of just fucking filth to me personally. I'm not being, dickhead to anybody else out there, but if you enjoy it, you enjoy it. But when you're talking about people smelling like complete ass, that's probably the best place to go with some of these water parks, man, because it's just terrible, dude. And then I'm a big person. You saw me. I met you Saturday. We're big guys, so I think I can talk about big people the way it is. But I remember walking into Shutterbahn one day, and you have all those cots or whatever they call them, and you have all these people laying in. And I'm like, God damn, dude! Like it's like
Are we?
it's like the fucking Raul Jimenez dinner here, making all these turkeys, dude. They're just basting away out there, man.
No, I feel that. I feel that, man. Speaking of water parks per se, right? Couple or the trip prior to this one, we ended up at the wave pool and whatnot.
Yeah.
I'm a big germaphobe, so there was a fucking piece of a weave that swam by it. That's all it took for me to check out. I told my wife, "All right, it's time to go see the seals or some shit. I'm done with the water." And it was so crowded, Rudy, that the water had that film, where everyone's putting on sunscreen and
Oh
whatnot. It's
yeah,
like when you
yeah.
make a pot of menudo and you let that shit cool down and it gets that grease
It's like
film.
Jello, man. When you let menudo cool down, and it's. I mean, that's what it is. Everybody in that water shakes like that Jello-y menudo when it cools down, and it's not a pretty sight, dude. It's not a pretty sight at all. There's no doubt about that.
So Joel says it's like when you're crossing into Louisiana and you know you cross because the swamp stench. Jeez, I've
Yes.
never smelled swamp. I've
Never.
never been out of tech. Well, I came from Mexico. No, I'm playing. I didn't come from Mexico. That's an inside joke. I came
Don't
from
say that out loud.
North Dakota. We used to migrate, right? I'm actually from up there. So let me give you a little backstory. So y'all know my name's Elias. Well, everyone back home in my personal life calls me Eli. I believe I introduced myself to you as Eli Saturday.
Mhm.
Rudy, I wouldn't know. I was drunk as shit. You saw me, bro. I was seeing all three of y'all.
Oh
And I was
yeah.
like, hey, I was like, the whole Sweep the League crew's here. And it was just you. I was just fucked up. Right. So yeah, that's we migrated down. We stayed here after the age of 5 or 6, and I've been a Texas boy ever since. Living right by the border, loving life. So yeah, other than that, I've never traveled out. I just went to Austin this past year for a wrestling show, and shout out to Chris for taking me to that. I told this motherfucker, I was like, "Oh, is that a Bucky's?" He's like, "Yeah, bro, it's right there." He just drove on by, like, "Fuck yeah, fuck Buc-ee's."
You didn't get to experience Bucky's where the stall in the bathroom is like an apartment. I mean, I taking a shit at a
No, man.
Bucky's is the greatest feeling ever, dude. I mean, you can stay in there the whole fucking night. Nobody will bother you.
Man, I wouldn't know. Like I said, fucking Chris just drove on by. He was like, "You know what? Fuck all this. I've been there before. If you want to go, you have a car. You take your family. You enjoy that." Shout out my boy Angel. Angel was on yesterday's episode of Locked On Spurs, I believe,
Yeah.
and I think you and I still hold the record for being the most hated guest on the show. Yet
Oh
Heifer
yeah.
continues to bring us back. So I got hate for saying that Wembenyama hasn't lived up to his full potential yet, and
True.
you kind of followed suit, right?
True.
Since we're talking about cooking, so did you think you cooked or did you get cooked by the crowds? Because man, your generational talk, take, had you getting roasted, Rudy. Break that down a little bit. Do those comments ever get to you, bro?
No.
You respond to them so professionally, and I'm over here telling Jeff on the side, I just want to call them cucks and motherfuckers, this and that. And I'm really holding it back because I love doing lows, but once
Yeah.
they learned I wasn't from San Antonio, that knocked off points. But you know what, motherfuckers, Spurs might not stay in San Antonio either because y'all too cheap to pay for that Project Marvel. So yeah, if Jeff wants to have me back on, I'm telling him I'm coming in as a heel. I'm done with the whole buddy buddy shit. Y'all hate me, I'm gonna show you how much I hate y'all back. But I love the Spurs though. At the end of the day, so Rudy, break that down, man. Was this your most hated
Ooh.
episode? Have you been hated? Have you
Um,
gotten more negative heat on the past episode from what you can
so
remember?
I've gotten heat before on Locked On Spurs, and you're right. I think what you said, you hit it right on top of the head when I come back and I'm kind of getting it back to you and I'm kind of talking shit back to you, but I'm doing it in a nice way. And that's kind of the way I am. I'm not going to make anybody feel stupid. I mean, you have an opinion, you're going to come at me, fine. And like I tell people, explain to me why Victor's generational. Explain to me why so and so is better than so and so. If you can do that, cool. If you can't, awesome. I mean, I'm not gonna continue to argue with you because I'm not gonna convince you. You're not gonna convince me. At the end of the day, it's just gonna be a wash. Now, there's been many times, man. I've gotten into back and forth with some guys, some Locked On Spurs, fandom, and they've convinced me otherwise. Like, oh, you know what? I'm thinking about it, like, okay, I kind of get it. But when it comes to Victor generational talk, it's too fucking early, dude. And that's what I'm trying to tell
Way too
everybody.
early.
You're going into year 3. You got a really good rookie season. And then again, overall stats, don't combine stuff. Overall stats, David Robinson had better stats than Victor Wembanyama. So,
Facts.
okay, cool. Year 2, we got Victor, but we had injury Victor. Okay. Is he generational right now? Well,
No,
the
not right
Spurs
now.
are not winning. So we can take the win column off. He's putting up stupid numbers on the defensive side of the ball. He's generational there. But is he scoring at a generational pace? No. These are the comments I get, bro. It's like, well, I've never seen a 7'4" guy dribble the way that he does. So dribbling is generational.
Man, if
Like,
that's the case, then the fucking Harlem Globetrotters are all generational.
exactly. I mean, if Victor was to dominate the paint, which he doesn't want to play down low, if he was to dominate the paint, open up the floor more, I can start to see the aspects of generational. But, other than scoring, other than blocks, I mean, blocks is really the biggest thing that I consider him generational on. He hasn't shown generational, stature right now. Now, at the end of his career, is he generational? He could be. I mean, he could go on a stupid run and go 3, back to back to back titles, three-peat, all this other stuff. And yeah, I mean, he's going to be generational. But for everybody saying, well, he's, oh my God, he shoots 3-pointers and no 7'4" guy shoots 3-pointers. Who gives a fuck? I mean, who really gives a fuck? He's not shooting them at a record pace.
At a high clip. Yeah. Exactly.
Exactly.
Steph Curry changed the game when it came to shooting, right? I know
Yeah.
Reggie Miller was known for being one of the best shooters in the NBA, and then Steph Curry came along and took that from him. Does
Yeah.
that mean that Steph is generational? Do y'all still classify Steph as generational? No, we don't, because there wasn't as much hype as around him as there was for said Victor Wembanyama. And my only thing is that I'm not saying he's not generational, Rudy. I just said he hasn't proven himself to be generational.
Yes.
And I think
100%.
to become a generational talent, that's a title you get at the end of your career. So everyone's getting upset, like, oh, well, you're a fake Spurs fan. So I have to like every motherfucker that walks through those doors or believe in the hype from all these headlines. If you're a headline watcher, that's all you. Don't follow me. Go follow Dusty Garza or whoever else has the AI news,
Who? Oh, the AI guy. AI guy.
Yeah, the AI guy, if that's even
Yeah.
his name. But yeah, man, I was telling Jeff, I said I love being on. I love interacting with the crowd. It's funny when they start taking personal jabs, like he's not even from here. Rudy, I got a he's
Dude.
too young comment. I'm 30. Just because I'm
Wow.
younger than y'all doesn't mean I'm too young. Shit, I have my kid's boyfriend or friend or whatever called me Unc the other day. was like, Unc, don't do that.
Oh my
Don't
god.
do that. I just
Oh
dropped
my
the
god.
I just dropped the 2 in front of my age. Don't be doing that.
Dude, I'll tell you this on the generational talk as well, because you brought up a good point a second ago, how people come at you and they can go, do all this other shit. Well, it's crazy because one of the arguments was always, well, David Robinson and Tim Duncan, they had college years. They came in their 20s. Victor's only 19. Again, come
LeBron?
back to this point. At that time, college players, it was rare for a teenager to come into the league. Now, of course, you can't come into the league as a high schooler. Victor played overseas. He played in professional basketball. I get it. But, well, he didn't have experience in basketball. Who gives a fuck? I mean, the generational talk has to stop. It really has to stop. Now, will he be? He might be. But there's nothing that anybody can say that can convince me that right now, Victor Wembanyama is a generational talent at this point. He's not a generational talent at this point. He could be when his career's over. He could be the greatest player to ever play the game. I don't know. But for right now, he's not. He's not doing anything more than what I've seen other players do. Now, if, like I said, if you want to tell me that dribbling between his legs and dribbling from one court to the end to the other because he's 7'4", this and that, or you want to come at me and say, well, Rudy's the Wemby hater, and even the guys on X, the guys that, they follow other podcasters locally and they got to jump on X and talk shit every now and then because it, I guess their balls dropped for that 1 second or two. Doesn't matter. You're not going to convince me to change my mind. And the more you argue, I'll be honest with you, there's only a couple of guys out there that I'll continue an argument with. And if I stop arguing with you and I don't like you, best believe when I see you, bring that same fucking energy. Same fucking energy. Because I definitely want you to tell me to my face, because then it gets a little bit crazier that way. There's no threat behind that. I'm just saying, I'd rather have that argument in your face rather than over a fucking keyboard.
What you think?
Exactly. Oh man, except people become too confident, especially in the comment section, right? Roasting one another just because your opinion differs. At the end of the day, bro, I just want the kid to, have a great career. Because there's also there's other conversations could be made. Does he even have 20 years in him? Like Wemby doesn't have 20 years in him.
No.
He has a dozen tops. I've heard it from Coach over in Austin as well. His body's not built to sustain that much stress and whatnot. So how are we giving him this title without even seeing how his career ends up? I'm not judging him till the end of his career. In other words, like I said, Steph Curry will join the league. He wasn't even considered great until out of nowhere. He went Super Saiyan on our asses, right? It just came out of nowhere. But a generational talent like Wembanyama should be changing the game from the jump, Rudy. Shouldn't have to take this long. Oh, we need to develop. We need to develop. Now, if Cooper Flag comes in here and he, wins MVP, Rookie of the Year, if he shows us something that we're not expecting, does that make him generational, or does that make him just a good number 1 draft pick? You see, these are conversations gonna be made, but these motherfuckers don't let you talk back when it comes to the comment section of a said show.
Yeah, and Coach Gio gives me a lot of shit because I understand LeBron James is a generational player. I understand it. I still don't buy it. I mean, I'm waiting till LeBron's career is done, and there's always he's the all-time leading scorer. Well, fuck, man. If Jordan played 20 years in the fucking game, you probably think he would be up there as well. I mean, LeBron is longevity. And I get it. He's averaging, points on his longevity and all this other stuff. But then you look at the other aspects of the game. I don't blame LeBron for going to Miami to win titles. I mean, you do what you got to do. If you feel like you got to go join players and partner up and, jerk each other off, I don't give a fuck. Whatever you want to do to win titles, you do it. That's cool. I don't mind it. I have a problem personally with it, but I don't care. It didn't bother me. But at the end of the day, it's like, okay, well, did he have a great career and a great record in the finals? Well, not really. No, he didn't. Was he able to win a title on his own basically with Kyrie, yeah, and Cleveland. There's a lot of different aspects. At the end of the day, I think LeBron is considered generational, but if anybody out there says no, he's not, I will never argue that fact because I am iffy on the whole talk. I lean more towards he's one of the guys that you'll consider generational. But you're right, dude. Wemby, I don't even know if Wemby goes. Would you say plus or minus? Would you give him 15 years in the league?
I think he'll make it around 15, Rudy. I'll give him the more positive side just because I'm trying to not trying no in a Mexican saying, no le quiero tirar sal, I don't want to throw salt on the
Yeah,
wound
you don't want to salt in the wound, but
or I don't wanna like curse the kid, right? So yeah, let's put him in the league for 20 years, Rudy, because that's totally gonna happen, right?
yeah, that I I really don't
Joel hit
think
it.
he can see your
Joel hit it right on the nose. He's like, Wemby is definitely talented, but he gets his generational talent title because he's 8 feet
8 feet
tall and can
tall.
dribble and shoot from 30 feet. You know what? I'm 6 feet. I'm 6 foot, 256 pounds. Give me the ball. I could shoot from 30 and I can dribble. You don't believe I have moves? I'll submit my tape. My and one tape. That's for the older people. Y'all remember and one, the brand? They had those and one
Yeah, I remember
workouts and shit. You know what? Your boy used to move like a point guard too, but then my knees gave up on me. My back started hurting. My wrists broke. I'm trying to think of other excuses, really, so I don't have to submit proof.
that.
Whoa, Hooper Waldenoff, jerk me off. Do it, Rudy. Wow. I don't think
Well,
that's what Rudy
I'm
meant,
not
but
going to do that. I guarantee I'm not going to do
I
that.
think he's saying that's what you said. But all right, all right.
Oh yeah, I did say that on the LeBron take. I did say that.
Oh,
Yeah,
we
I was like,
we
wait a minute.
totally.
I know this is not safe for work, but we ain't doing any of that shit here. There's no doubt we ain't going anywhere near that.
Yeah, that's fucking wild. Let me see. David Atwater said, "Wemby ain't shit. He don't have the frame to dominate. Low, he will shoot better from three this year." Well, progress is progress. He put on 30, 40 pounds. He just needs to put on another 135 or some shit, you know, because that's it. Let's see. Wemby is
He's
nothing
right.
at this
He's
time.
nothing
I
at this.
agree, Harry. If y'all haven't subscribed to the SAFC fancast, y'all go ahead and do so. Harry and do a great job covering SAFC. I believe it deserves more coverage. I went to my first game this Saturday, had one hell of a time. I was drunk before I even entered the building, and Harry has a lot to do with that. Chris, bro, I was about 8 or 9 beers in before I even stepped foot inside of the
Yeah.
fucking. Yeah, so when I met you, like I said, Rudy, I thought I was meeting like three of y'all. I was like, oh shit, look, Rudy's here 3 times. Rudy's here and he brought his triplets.
Uh, well, yeah, you definitely came in a little wobbly there, but no doubt. I wish I would have drank, but I had the family with me, and I
Facts.
don't like to do that with the family there. But um, it was perfect meeting you. I it's weird because Jeff's like, you never met Sith before. I'm like, this is the first time I meet Sith. Like, period. He's on your network. I'm like, I know, but I've never met him in person, so that's how that is. But yeah, dude, no. I mean, drink away, dude. I mean, drink away. I'm not gonna lie, I'm drinking right now. I mean, I'm making up for Saturday right now, so that's no biggie, no biggie at all.
It says Harry says you are not 6 feet. Stop it, Harry. I will fight you. You saw me outside, posted up right next to you. You avoid me the same way you avoid Chris. You hating motherfucker.
So
Much love to Harry.
you are 6 foot. You are 6 foot legit.
5'11" and a half, but
Okay, so
I would have been
hold on.
5'3", Rudy, but God put those 3 inches elsewhere.
Well,
But
I mean, I tell people I'm 5'8". I'm between 5'8" and 6'5", depending on what convenience store I walk into. That's exactly what I tell a lot of people.
let's see who lined up those door markers because they be a little fucked up. Let's see, we got my boy Ralph in the mix. Sup, fellas? What I missed? Nothing yet, bro. We spoke on Rudy getting cooked and Los and how he's never going back
Never,
on
dude. I did not get
because
cooked.
they because they because
I
they
did
hurt
not
his
get.
feelings.
I did
They
not
hurt
get
his
cooked.
feelings.
Nobody hurt my feelings. I my ball
How,
stack
how
is
do
still
how do
hanging.
I
So I'm fine.
how do I mute Rudy when I'm cooking him so he doesn't rebuttal?
It's your damn show. Fucking hit the mute button, man.
No, I'm just messing with you.
This
So
is
what do you?
one Chinese kitchen. Are we talking about McAllen? HEB McAllen Chinese kitchen? Because if so, then I'm definitely heading to McAllen.
Hey Hooper,
Yep.
he said he'll meet you there, but you got to drop some of those autos for free, brother, and you're paying for your own food. I don't know. That's just what I heard from Rudy. To Spurs Twitter, Gestapo coming for all of us. We ain't worry about them cucks, bro.
I have no idea what he's talking about, but
Trust me. Just trust me. Just trust me.
I'm
To
not worried about
line,
anybody.
get in line behind Leha. Harry, your old ass gonna have a stroke if you keep it up. You're gonna have no, I'm playing. I'm not even gonna go there because y'all go ahead and clip it and get me canceled. See, yes,
All right, so it
sir.
is McAllen. It is the HEB Chinese Kitchen. Now that have you ever had it? Have you ever had HEB Chinese Kitchen?
No, bro. So I didn't even know that was a thing. So our local one, it's
Oh man.
we just have a regular HEB. The one in Eagle Pass though has that something bird. Well, I guess it's like rotisserie, or they do like the rotisserie chickens. Might be a barbecue
Mm.
place. I know there's a couple
Uh,
different themes. I believe Uvalde has a Chinese spread. Like they have Chinese workers and they have like no that came out so wrong. They have like
are we
low
talking
main
massage or what are we talking about, man?
sucky $5.
Oh god, I don't know about
Whoa,
that
no,
HEB
oh
part. What
god.
HEB are you going to?
No. But they have like low main packages and whatnot. Pretty
Yeah,
like hot food and it's fucking good. My wife brought me one 2 weeks ago. I love me some Chinese food.
dude.
Bro,
So
you would have thought I was in prison because I could live off ramen and I have like 100 million ways to remix that shit. And I'm talking about the 30-cent baggies, right? Which is like I
yeah,
could make that shit to a gourmet meal if you give me enough time. Let's see.
dude. Yeah,
Hooper
he's
says
right.
we have flaming bird. Yeah, I told you. What did I
That's what
say?
it is.
Hot. I said hot bird or something.
Yeah, it's Flaming
I
Bird.
said
That's what it
I
is.
said hot chicken. Same shit. Damn, flaming bird barbecue and Chinese chicken in the valley.
I'm fucking
Man,
moving. I'm
yeah,
moving.
our HEB needs to level up. And you know what, Rudy?
Yeah.
I feel like Chinese food from HEB and whatnot sometimes even outdoes like Panda Express and those
Bro.
restaurants that are known for like their Chinese cuisine. Like I said, we had a couple of Asian workers in our local ones that they make fresh sushi and sometimes they do it in the middle of the store.
Yeah.
Man, I'll fuck up a whole California roll. Thing is, my
Dude.
wife makes fun of me. I tell her I'm part torta because I'll get the ones that have the hot Cheeto sprinkles on top. She's like, I don't think they
Really,
have
dude?
that in China. I was like, they may not have it in China, but they have it in Carrizo Springs, and that's good enough for me, baby.
Oh my god, dude! Rook on the Chinese food talk for HEB. So I would say that is the absolute greatest Chinese food ever. I've petitioned on X for HEB a while back to bring it back and open it in San Antonio area again. The very first time I had it was New Braunfels. Very first
Hey,
time the
look,
HEB off of Walnut had it there. I I was blessed to know they had it over on Military Drive in Pleasanton. That HEB, I would go there for lunch maybe 4 times a week. No shit, dude. Sesame chicken, the lemongrass chicken, General Joe's chicken. I mean, fuck,
step
dude.
up
I'm
your
gonna
game,
hang up with
amigo.
you now. I'm leaving. I'm going to McAllen because this
Road
this
trip, bro.
fat
I'll meet
fucker's
you there.
hungry.
Shit, I'll meet you there, man. You know what's highly underrated, bro? The orange chicken, the orange rotisserie chickens down
Yeah.
in from the hot section of HEB.
Oh
All I
yeah.
need is that couple tortillas. If they're not available, I'll take me a loaf of bread. Just start ripping them motherfuckers off. You know, I'll bring it. I'll come back with a whole bone necklace. I'll debone that motherfucker. Joel
Holy
Cologne
shit.
says, cheap food, fried spam with soda and crackers. Done it a million times.
I've never
I'm with
had spam until recently, and it's fried
what,
spam at that. I'm
man,
being honest, dude. I never have.
bro. You're missing out. If you like a bit of sweetness, get the teriyaki spam or
Okay.
maple spam for
Okay.
breakfast. Fry up a couple of pieces, with a couple over easy eggs, some homemade tortillas, and you got me a whole. You got yourself a meal. For ramen though, what I like to do, I get the chili flavor ramen with diced up fried bacon spam. Stir it in the mix. Throw in 2 eggs. Don't cook the eggs. Let the broth cook the eggs themselves,
Yeah.
and you have yourself a pretty decent ramen spot. Oh, and you always
Oh,
have to
shit.
have sriracha mayo on hand, bro. Sriracha mayo is a game changer. Elias Cotino like his daddy skip mayonnaise. My daddy skip mayonnaise. I'll fucking son
Damn.
him right now. I'll dog walk his ass.
I'd
Shout
love to
out
see
Mike.
that.
Shout
Love
out
to-
Mike. Shout out Mike though. Rudy, we
What?
gotta
I
play.
didn't say anything. I didn't say
Rudy, come
anything
on.
wrong.
We gotta play
There's
nice.
no. I'm,
I'm just kidding.
I'm not saying anything. I have no qualm or quarrel or no. I do, but no, I just have nothing bad to say about anybody else. Wink, wink.
Says Wink, wink. I got you. HB on
Yeah.
Bandera on 1604 has fresh chicken, barbecue, Chinese food, and pizza.
No
And
shit.
pizza.
Bandera 1604 has Chinese food. It better be fucking the kitchen. If it's not the kitchen and I drive down there,
I'll
somebody's
send
getting
you.
fucked up. I'm
I'll
pretty
s-
sure.
I'll send you Ralph's address. I could kind of.
I was gonna say that's fighting words there, man. They gotta have the kitchen.
I was in Creasville Springs today. Shout out my boy, Midtown, Texas. Had the pleasure
Sweet.
meeting him in person. Dope ass person. Uh, Midtown was picking up the packages, bro. I mean, it's dry out here, but Sith makes it snow. Could make it snow if you need it. I'm just
Oh
kidding.
man.
I'm
Oh
just kidding.
wow.
I don't do that. I'm a family man.
Cold front
See,
going through Carrizo Springs. I got you. Okay.
spam and egg breakfast tacos can't go wrong. You most definitely can. I even posted about that earlier. Oh, the other day, get yourself a couple slices of spam, some onion, tomato,
Yeah.
cook that all up together, throw a couple eggs, and if needed, put some fucking ketchup in there. Bro, Leha wanted to slap the shit out of me because we were there at the tailgate and I got those. Shout out Matt Gomez. He made some sausage wraps.
Yeah.
And I didn't mean to douse them in ketchup. That's just how, the first splat sounds like a wet bitch. And I was like, you know what I mean? It sounds like all of us when we first
You got
fuck,
the wet fart. I hate
Yeah,
that
so
on the
we got the
ketchup
wet
bottle.
part, and I'm like, I'm just gonna have to eat this shit because it is what it is, and it was good. I love me some ketchup. Y'all know that. Not as much as y'all make it seem, but yeah. Let's see. Joel Cologne says, yes, Rudy, they have a booth where they make fried rice and everything. Bandera 1604. That's my HEB. Well, there you go, Rudy. You got
Well,
yourself.
and he said there's a booth, but I think the next comment it says it's not the kitchen. So there's a booth, and then there's Chinese kitchen. The kitchen, yeah, that's the shit that makes you want to slap your mama like 100 times because that kitchen was, my God, dude. I mean, if you could literally go Pee Wee Herman inside an HEB, that's probably the part of HEB you would go Pee Wee Herman on, like for real. There's no
Pee
doubt
Wee
about that.
Herman, as in.
Movie theater Pee Wee Herman. Yeah, I think you got it now, right?
Yeah, did you miss the motion? I kind of went, You
Mhm.
almost spit out your drink. I almost got your
Exactly.
ass.
Yeah, I'd
Almost
be
got
some
your ass.
bad tequila spitting out, man. I don't want to spit that shit out, dude.
Look at this shit. Spam and I ain't broke no more.
Oh,
Man, Leha,
okay,
you're
man.
tripping, bro. Spam's my go-to. I love me some sardines and crackers too, Rudy. Or some canned oysters. Crack them bitches open, especially with the tomato sauce. Put them on a cracker.
Just, just don't pull out those 1099s, dude. Don't do that. We
Shit,
know we got money.
I don't have 1099, bro. I'm fucking here illegally. I don't even pay taxes. But what? Before we get to the restaurant talk, Rudy, since
Yeah.
Leha said that's kind of like a broke food. What's your favorite broke food? You know what mine is? Get a get a slice of bread, white bread,
Mhm.
those red hots from HEB, and I'm talking about the cheap ones. It's like 12 fucking red hots for $4. Split them down the middle, sear them, put
Yeah.
mayo and mustard on that. Knock it out, bro. It's my favorite ghetto meal of all time.
Yeah.
What's your favorite comfort food or broke people food?
So
Well, broke
growing
people
up,
food. I have to quit that. I don't want them
oh no, no,
calling
yeah.
them broke like that other motherfucker.
Yeah, we don't want to call people broke, man. Make more money. You can basically, when I was growing up, we didn't have a whole lot of money. So 90% of the time during the week, my mom and dad, we would have, weenie con huevo. I mean, obviously it was cheap hot dog pack, cheap eggs.
For
It was
sure.
always breakfast, like potato and egg type stuff. And that was it. Maybe just beans and, bean tacos, stuff like that. So to me, that's kind of like the low end stuff. We would have ramen, fideo, because fideo back then was like 50 cents a fucking box. So I mean, we'd have that going on. That's kind of what I look at as being broke food to this day. I do eat a lot healthier, so I don't eat a whole lot of that anymore. But for me, I don't look at it as broke food, dude. That food is shit that is part of, in my opinion, was part of our culture growing up. It was part of, the way we were raised. And I don't consider that broke food. That food is better than some of the shit you can buy that's going to cost you an arm and a leg. Those are the meals that I love to go to, brother. Those are my meals right there.
Yeah, bro, can't go wrong with, those are our comfort meals. Like you said, that's what our people were raised up when they're working the fields, man. Ain't nothing like cracking open a can of potted meat, spread that on
Yeah.
some bread, spread it on some tortillas that your abuelita woke up, early for your grandpa to make.
Butter,
mean,
dude.
to
Was
eat
it
butter.
butter and flour tortillas? I mean, that was probably as broke as you can get at the time.
Fuck yeah, let's see. We got my boy Angel saying, "Damn, canned oysters, Elias. You probably down that crap in ketchup. Don't need to. You don't need to when they come in tomato sauce, Angel. It's just not as sweet as ketchup. And ketchup is sweet, and so is life, brother. Sometimes you have to go back to that because childhood memories. Yeah, man. I've been trying to introduce some to my
Oh
kiddo
yeah.
here and then. She likes herself some potato chips with potted meat, those Vienna
Yeah.
sausages. She used to kill a can of Vienna sausages too. I just don't let her slurp the juice like we used to do,
Oh
Rudy.
yeah,
That's
no.
the only thing I don't let her do.
No.
That's a bit too aggressive. Rice and beans are a staple of every Mexican household, bros. I could eat rice and beans every day.
Yeah.
Joel, you're not gonna believe this. I am not a bean person by any means. I
What?
if I don't have to eat it, I won't. Um,
Like any
say
type of meat?
I could do maybe a borracho beans, and I'll get probably a half portion of it, if that. But yeah,
Wow.
man, I've never been much of a bean person. And as for weenie, like Ralph saying, a weenie neck taco still go hard. I can't eat it. I ate it so much as a kid that
Oh
some
God.
that it gives me like osco sometimes, because it's
I
like,
miss it. I miss that. I haven't had that since I've been on this whole diet kick, and we're going back to 2020, 2019. I haven't had a, weenie and egg taco. And I'm like, that's one of the meals that I really truly miss, dude. Like he's right. Those fucking tacos are legit. Those are the best ones.
throw some ketchup in the mix, though, change your life. Trust me. Rice
Blah.
and
Yeah.
beans are for all poor people, not just Hispanic. Hell yeah. That's
Oh yeah.
that's coming from my white boy, my friend Harry. So he knows the game. Joel said I didn't say Mexican, I said Hispanic. I'm Puerto Rican. Puerto Rican. Yeah. And we eat rice and beans every day. Harry said, Sith and Weenie, a perfect match. Yeah, and you down sausage. You know what? It was crazy, bro.
Uh,
I had to talk Harry how to ingest the sausage wraps because he kept trying to sit on them. Boom! Got your ass
whoa,
back.
man. Wrong mouth. Wrong
Wrong
mouth,
mouth,
man.
wrong way, wrong way.
Wrong hole,
Midtown
fool.
says I can eat steak and refried beans every day forever. Damn, Midtown, you
Hey,
got money like that,
golly.
bro. Steak every day. Man,
Wow.
I'll stick to that fake shit. I'll split a bologna in fours, almost like the holy sign. Fry it so it doesn't
Oh yeah.
bubble up.
Like
Perfect.
communion. You split it in fours like
Oh,
that.
look, right on cue. JC, bologna, mustard, white bread, Fritos.
Yep.
7-year-old JC says, thanks, mom. Yeah, man, I may be young in age, but I'm old at heart. JC, I even, Fritos knocked out a memory for me. A lot of people are
Yeah.
familiar with chicharron and egg, but what y'all
Yeah.
know about crumbling up some Fritos when there's no chicharron available, some salsa comes out just the same, Rudy. Trust me,
Never had it.
it's basically like you're eating not chilaquiles. Yeah, maybe chilaquiles because it's like the
Really?
fried corn tortilla. I mean,
Wow.
it's not exactly that, but you got to fake it to make it if you don't have anything
What's the
else
difference between
around.
that and migas?
One I'll eat, the other I won't.
You won't migas? Are you
No,
serious?
no, bro. Anything with beans, I won't touch. I'm
Migas doesn't
telling you.
have bean. It's corn tortilla and egg. That's it.
I don't like corn tortilla either. And I know
What?
everyone's gonna have fucking
Oh
uproar.
my god. No, I mean, hey, dude,
I
it's your choice. I mean, I don't think if you like, you're not generational. If you don't like corn tortilla, you're not fucking generational.
no
I can't
man,
put you in that talk.
pass me flour tortillas any day. So we went to a restaurant in Piedras Negras called Al Pastor, right? And they brought out the street tacos, and I kind of looked at them, and I told them, I said, I'm like, tienes tacos de harina? They're like, sí, para los burritos. I was like, no, no, no. He's like, quiero para estos tacos. I'll translate it
Mm.
right now anyway. He's like, me miró. He's like, con cara de pendejo, right? And I was like, kind of looked at him like, I was like, don't react to me like that. I said, I may sound like I don't know Spanish, but I'm very fucking fluent. Because I heard where he went up. He's like, mira, he said, este güey quiere tacos de harina.
Yeah.
Pero no pidió el burrito. But then I was like, the fuck? I was like, man, just give me the tortilla. Why are you making such a big thing about it? So basically, what I was saying is like, I went to Piedras Negras, Mexico,
Yeah.
and I ordered street tacos. But like I said, I don't really eat corn tortillas. So I'm like, hey, can I just get two regular size tacos instead of these corn tortillas?
Yeah.
And he looked at me with such disgust, and he turned around and he said, este way, get it. He wants this dude or this dumbass wants flour tortillas, but he's not even ordering a burrito. It's just not common over there, right? And I was like, I don't know. That was I told I couldn't even enjoy the tacos after that, knowing he had talked shit to me. And Rudy, my grandma, God bless her heart, in
Mhm.
Mexico, they had these mariachis going around for a couple of pesos. Oh, they're approaching our table. And my grandma was pretty aggressive. She's all like, no, 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 no. She's like, ni pueden cantar. Y'all can't even sing. Go over there. And the mariachi tells her, hey, he's like, hey, vieja, ¿qué tienes? And he's like, we weren't even going to stop and play for you, but they said it in Spanish. And I was like, man, my grandma just, she was one of those customers that you didn't want to have. You didn't want to make any mistakes when it
Mhm.
came to the meal. I remember, so growing up, they called me Negro because I was dark, and my cousin's name is Chino. It's stereotypical Mexican household names.
Oh
We
yeah.
go by what you look like. So we didn't really we would get kind of stressed even as kids, knowing we're going out to eat with her because my grandma was one of those that like get my order right or I'm gonna raise hell. And that's how it should be. You're paying for the food, right? I remember and I recall this one time we went to McDonald's. She asked for a cheeseburger and she made a whole scene because they added cheese.
Mhm.
That's one of my memories sticks with me. I'm like, Grandma, he's like, that's exactly what you ordered. I don't get why you're yelling at this lady. And then we have this Mexican restaurant in town. She would get, she was so cute. She would get like we would get the chorizo tacos, and
Yeah.
then she would look at me and she would complain. She's like, "Aquí usan el chorizo más barato." That they use the cheap chorizo. And in my head is like, why are you ordering a chorizo taco if you don't like that? My grandma she was something else, bro. Like she took shit from no one, and we miss her dearly. She's actually the one who
Yeah.
got me into wrestling. Um,
Oh
so
wow.
yeah,
I didn't
bro.
know that.
She was a great person, bro. But she took, like I said, she took no shit from anyone, and she was 5'4" or 5'3", and she scared all of us. But like I said, me and my cousins were all about pushing 5'11", since y'all want me to be honest, 5'11" to 6'8", and we all feared that little lady. If she got mad, then hell was to come. But yeah, that was just a quick little tribute to my grandma and the way she
Okay.
did workers if they got her orders wrong. And boy, did they get them wrong all the time. Rudy, I don't even think
Wow.
they were wrong most of the time. I just think she had a bad day. She needed to take it out on someone, and she wasn't gonna do it to her grandkids. Um,
I get it. I totally get it, man. I wonder, did she leave a tip though?
she would leave a tip, and I'm laughing because when it comes to tipping, man, I'm exposing my family, but my brother Efren never left a fucking tip his whole life. Never left a tip. And
Ever?
I could have sworn he's even gotten back and picked up what I left behind just because he was like, nah, it wasn't that good. But it was never like I
Ooh.
needed money situation. His shit was
Mhm.
more of like you're rewarding them for bad service. Nah, let me get that shit back. And then he'd give it to me outside. I'm like, bro,
Mm.
I still have to leave something. Well, that's at least what I thought when I was younger, before I was shamed to thinking tips were mandatory, right?
Yeah.
And he'd also do this thing where we'd go out like a large party of us, and he'd slowly creep towards the door. He'd dine and dash, and while we're separating everything, I was like, "Hey, who had the enchilada plate and the flour and the sweet tea? Hey, where's Efren?" My bro was already halfway to our fucking house in his car. No goodbyes, no nothing. He just left. And being that he was my brother, I'd go and I'd pick up the meal. He's a crazy motherfucker. I love that dude, bro. He's something else. Hit
Wow.
hit the like button. Don't be a leha. Harry has my name in his mouth. It like it's my cock. God damn.
Damn.
He's like, also that damn girl look at me wild for asking for some damn cheese. Fuck that puta. Oh, I gotta tell you about that, Rudy. So
Yeah.
we joined Leha for breakfast, bro,
Okay.
and everything's going good. And I believe he orders huevos rancheros,
Yeah.
but he wanted cheese on top, which is
Okay.
it's different. People don't always add cheese to huevos rancheros.
Yeah.
She looked at him and she was like, "Con queso?" He's like, "Yeah, with cheese." She's like, "You want it with cheese?" And Leha, I could see him getting frustrated. He's like, "Yeah, cheese." And she's like, "Pues, ¿dónde la pongo? Like, where do I put it if it has salsa on top?" Chris literally he goes, "You see the egg? See the salsa? Put cheese on top." And I don't think she liked that because after that, she brought him the fucking plate, asked him if he needed a refill. And this is so shitty. He's like, yeah, yeah, can I get a refill? And she said, okay, sir. She never came back with any sort of drink. In a way, she
Oh God.
She's like, oh, you got your cheesy eggs, motherfucker, but I'm confiscating your drink. It's exactly how we took it. And she still got a good tip though. We split it. But man,
Wow.
waitresses like that can get so fucking annoying, bro. I'm asking for the bare minimum. I get you may not like your food a certain way, but if I'm ordering it, I expect it made the way that I requested it. Like
Yeah.
all homeboy did was ask for cheese and he made a big fucking deal like that. I don't
It's
get it, man.
fucking cheese.
Have you had any waitresses from hell or waitresses that were just so fucking airheaded you decided not to leave a tip or question leaving a tip?
So full disclosure, I've never left, no matter how bad the service is, I've never left without leaving a tip. Whether it's a little bit of something, I think the least I've ever left before is a couple of dollars on maybe like a $40, $50 bill. I
You're a
left a
better
couple
man
of
than me.
dollars and that's about it. That's probably the worst I've done. But I do feel I understand. I kind of see the understanding side of, well, maybe they were having a bad day, all that stuff. I do get into that. But I also understand that, hey, this is okay. This is where I really, really get on tipping part. If you're my waiter slash waitress, you come to my table. If you don't have a computer in your hand to type the order in, or you don't have a pad and a note
Or a
and a
notepad.
pen, you're just there with us saying, "What do you want?" We tell you my order. My wife tells you her order. Everybody else tells you order, and you haven't written a fucking thing down. That is the difference between me fucking you on your tip or me really leaving a massively good tip. Because if one thing is wrong on that order, and it's because you didn't write it down or you didn't put it in on the computer or whatever right in front of me, then you fucked up. That's your fault. So you're not going to get that 20%. You may get a 10% tip if everything else comes out right. For those that write it down, and for those that don't write it down and get it correct, I'll tip you all day. That's fucking impressive. But as far as, screwing up orders, everybody screws up the order, man. Everybody. At one point, waiters and waitresses are always going to screw up the order. But at the end of the day, I respect you more if you came up and said, you know what, that's my fault. I put it in wrong or I didn't do this. That's my fault. I'll correct it, rather than, hey, this isn't what I ordered. Well, what did you order? Well, fuck, dude. If you wrote it down, you would know what the fuck I ordered, right? I mean,
You would be like, that's exactly why we're in this predicament. And Rudy, I don't get it. Well, every youngin thinks they're fucking Rain Man. And if you know, Rain Man, he knew numbers from head to toe, but he was highly, not all there. Or fucking Michael or from Phenomenon, whatever the hell they were, bro.
yeah,
All right, they just refuse to write. I don't know if it's because they're used to fucking texting all day. They don't know how to work a pen or pencil. But even then, I
yeah,
had some dumbass waitresses write shit down, and then we get the food, and it's just a big shit show. Oh, you didn't want this, you didn't want that, or when they tell us that the kitchen's backed up and the cook's gonna get, man, fuck you, the cook, bro. And I cook for a living. Before y'all say anything, I know what it's like in the food industry. I'm
yeah,
a lead man myself, but bro, I'd rather work those fucking kiosks at McDonald's than have to deal with
yeah.
people if I'm
Oh,
being
dude.
honest.
People hate, and I get it. The older generation, they hate the kiosk. I walk in there with my little girl to get her food, and I see old people like 70s, 80s, even 60s are like, I'm ordering at the counter. I'm not using these damn things because I don't know how to use them. Well, I understand. I'm technology stupid. I don't know a whole lot, but it's not that hard. It's like press this button, go to the menu, do that, do that, do that. I totally get it. But the kiosks are so much better for me because, and I'm sorry for everybody that works in the industry. I love everybody in the food industry because you make our food, and last thing I need is spit or ball hair on my food. I don't want none of that shit. So I respect y'all completely, but I'd rather deal with the kiosk because that means that's one less person I have to deal with at a restaurant. I
Facts.
really truly feel like that. I mean, and it helps you because if I enter it in wrong, that's my fault. But if I enter it in the way I want and you make it wrong, why are you getting pissed off when I'm like, hey, this isn't what I ordered? Well, how did you order it? Okay, well, I entered it like this. It's on my receipt right here. oh, well, we'll just have to remake it for you, and I have to wait another 15 fucking minutes to get the food. The food industry is so crazy these days. It's crazy enough to where I waste my gas, I waste my time, I waste, my voice talking into a fucking drive-through mic to put an order in. And when I get to the order, it's like, yeah, you forget items and all this stuff. But when I get to the order, it's like, oh, hey, 1564, here you go. Give him my card. It's either you give me the card back and we're good, or you go the asshole route and you give me my card back in a black fucking, notepad looking thing. Can you sign the top copy? The bottom copy is yours. Right when I open that fucking thing, I know it's going to say 1564, tip, total amount, sign here. I put a big fat 0 on that. There is no tipping at the drive-thru. None. The only drive-thru I tip at is fucking Sonic, because I feel for you on those goddamn roller skates. And you know what? You're bringing food to my car. I'll give you that extra buck or two. But if I'm driving to your fucking window, you don't need a fucking tip from me. Period. You're just giving me my food. That's it. So I hate the drive-through tip thing.
No, man, tipping has gotten worse, bro. So I had a story in regards to the whole mishap when it comes to kiosk and whatnot. It happens, but it's a dime a dozen. It doesn't happen as often as interactions with actual people. And I texted Chris about this. I went to go eat Burger King with my wife, and I ordered a Bacon King with onion, right? So
Yeah.
I get my order, I open up the burger, and it's missing the bacon, right? I was
Yeah.
like, all right, well, this is a situation, because being that bacon's in the fucking name, it should have bacon, you would think. So I took it back and I told them, hey, this is missing bacon, this is missing onion. And it was like, all right, sir, we'll go ahead and we'll make it. So they took my burger back.
Yeah.
So they gave it to me. I open it up. It has the onion. You know how much onion it had? It had about a quarter pound of onion on a burger this small.
Oh shit.
It was kind of like a, here, shut the fuck up, here's all the onion. Now it would have been like, cool, I'll eat it, I'll eat it. But it still didn't have the bacon, Rudy.
Yeah.
It's a Bacon King. I wouldn't have ordered it if it didn't have fucking bacon. So I walk up to there, and this is the response from the cashier. He's like, what's wrong with it now? And I was like, oh, okay. What's wrong with it
Wow.
now? I said, well, being that I ordered a Bacon King, you would think it would have fucking bacon in it, wouldn't you? And my wife's standing behind me like, here we go. It's about to pop off. And I was like, where's your manager? And I know y'all going to call me Sith Karen or whatever. Never asked for a manager themselves. So it's either I talk to the manager or I cuss this fucking kid out. You pick one.
Yeah.
So the manager comes and I kind of explain to him what happens. And it's down in Eagle Pass. It's very Mexican influence. There's the borders right there. And he tells them in Spanish, he's like, Ora lo vas a hacer. You're going to make the food correct. I'm going to stand here and watch you make it. And I'm like, that's why I called your manager, because your manager wasn't playing this bullshit either. So anyways, I got comped. I got free chicken fries and some other bullshit. But I was like, I don't get why, A, how do you mess up something so simple? And
Yeah.
B, what's up with the attitude? You don't approach a customer and be like, what's wrong with it now, man? I'm sorry. Did they go and kill your fucking pet cow to make this burger? Did you go and plant the onion yourself and they send you to the fields to pick it? I don't get it, Rudy. Just a lot of
Dude.
people's they have no fucking manners nowadays, and it's
No.
just
And
ridiculous.
And that's the part that I was going to get to on, the other side of one of the topics we wanted to talk about, was that, because it's like the attitude. You know what, Sith? I'm going to be real, dude. It's probably because I'm in my 40s. Yeah, I'm in my 40s, bro. And when I was a kid, I was probably like this, and I just didn't realize it because I'm a kid. But in my 40s, I see a lot of different shit. And when I walk into a restaurant or when I walk into something, and like, for example, you didn't call out the place that you and Leha went for breakfast and all that, but that's fine. I call out places.
I would have if I knew the name.
Oh, well, that's fair enough. I call out places like when I told you last week about the Chipotle over at the Forum, how I walked in and I inconvenienced the lady that was making, the burritos and the bowls and all that, because she wanted to talk to her friends in the back. I get it. I'm sorry I walked in at the one time you were telling this awesome story to people, but it's not going to take you forever to give me my fucking food, and I'm taking it to go. So It's like, can I help you? Yeah, let me have a bowl. What kind of rice? Brown rice. Just puts a little bit. I'm like, can I have a little bit more? And it gives me that look like, really? I mean, I gave you a scoop. Well, no, you didn't give me a scoop. You gave me 3 fucking grains. At least give me a scoop of rice. I get my other stuff here, get my other stuff, kind of puts the bowl together and just walks off, throws it down the drain, walks off. And I'm like, if you don't want to work, cool. Nobody wants to fucking work. Nobody wants to work at all. I get that. I don't want to work, but we all have to. Here's the thing. If you're going to do your job, do your fucking job. I mean, you're doing it for 8 hours a day. Just get it done. And it's the younger generation, not picking on you, but the younger generation out there that have the attitude, that have, the I'm too good to be doing this. Well, fuck me, right? You're too good to be doing this. Then why the fuck are you doing it? Go find something else to do.
Exactly. So I got the name of the place. I wasn't ignoring you. I was looking it up.
No,
Great American Cookies was what we started off the show talking about, bro.
Okay.
They gave me 2 cookies for about $8. And she had the audacity to turn the screen over and say, if you want to leave a tip, these are your options. And I was like, you put 2 cookies in a bag.
Yeah.
How about y'all add saloon doors to the side? Give me a clean thing of tongs. I'll get them myself next time.
Yeah.
I'll tip myself. And I try to nonchalantly go like I'm gonna press the 18 and then my finger slips and it's 0 because I'm still trying to be nice to them, right? I don't have them there. But it's kind of, once they get the receipt and all, it's kind of like tear here. And I was like, oh, you saw that and leave you a tip. And that's the way you reacted. How do you know I didn't want to tip you via credit card and I was gonna pull out cash and hand that over?
Yeah.
But no, since you want to be an asshole, we'll just play that route and no one gets tipped. You don't get a tip, bitch. I ain't Oprah. I work hard for my money,
Yeah, exactly.
But it's crazy. Like I understand Starbucks to a point if they're the ones making it. I'm willing to give you a tip. But if it's the cashiers asking for it or they're just the person delivering it, then that's just out of pocket in my opinion.
But even Starbucks, like, I mean, I get you're making it, but I mean, I don't know if it makes me an asshole or what. Tipping should only be if you're sitting down at a restaurant. That's just me personally. I think that should be the biggest thing, and that's the way it was pre-COVID. I mean, you have a tip jar for coffee places and places like that, and you can tip if you want. It never asked you on a credit card when you paid with your card before COVID. So
yeah.
I think it goes back to that. If you're sitting down at Longhorn or wherever and you're sitting down to eat, that is what requires a tip, in my opinion. There, everything else, fast food, drive-through, coffee places, any place like that, you don't need to have the tip. Oh, well, you can tip on your credit card. Like, no, fucker, I don't want to tip anything here. It's not. I didn't sit down. And for a coffee place, well, we are not servers. We are baristas. I don't give a fuck what you crown yourself as. It doesn't matter. I'm in here for like 5 minutes. And I mean, you would think you're getting a fucking lap dance at some of these places for the amount of money they want you to tip them. I'm like, no, man, hell no.
They want to get paid for the bare minimum, Rudy. That's just the name of the game, bro. A lot of people are just how do you say it? They think they deserve more than what they actually do. Like you said, I'll tip a cook any day. I cook for a living. I know how hard it is. But if you're just the one getting the food from point A to point B, and point A to point B means that you're in a room that's maybe 10 by 10 feet, you ain't getting that, bro. if you didn't help crack the eggs in the bag, you ain't getting shit from me. He's like, got another great service question. Got another service question because I do this. When I have excellent service, I'll go out of my way to shake the server's hand. Does that mean something to servers? I was personally never a server, but I've done that before. Or I'll go and I'll hand deliver the tip personally instead of leaving it on the table. You know what? Your service was so good. I'm gonna go ahead and walk up to you, whether you're at another table or not, and be like, "Hey, you deserve this." Not only does it make them feel appreciated, but it also shows the table that they're tending to that they have someone good in their hands. Like I said, I've had some shitty ass waitresses that no, man, Applebee's in Uvalde, one for one example, I ordered, I believe it was their apple pie fritters. Comes with hot apple pie on vanilla ice cream,
Yeah.
and they give you a little plastic cup of whipped cream or their homemade whip sauce, right?
Yeah.
Whipped cream. I go and I smelled it. I said, "Ma'am, you gave me mayonnaise." She's like, "Why would I give you mayonnaise?" I said, "This is mayo." She says, "It doesn't come with mayonnaise." It took everything in my body to say, "I know it doesn't come with mayonnaise, dumbass. You grabbed the wrong one." And she argued with me, and I was like, "Smell it." And then she's like, "Oh, it is mayo." I told my wife she ain't getting a fucking tip. My wife's like, "Nah, we can't do that. No, you can't do that. I'm not embarrassed. My name's on the ticket. If I'm the one paying, what if they want to track me down, find me on Facebook, I'll expose their asses. It's there too."
Yeah, and that's that's understandable, dude. Tipping, so it's like you keep hitting the nail on the head right here. It's like tipping is not. I saw that comment. That's crazy. Tipping is not a requirement. People got to understand that. You're not required to tip. It's an expectation. Like if you provide good service, you expect to get a tip. It's not mandatory that a person has to tip. Now, I get it. We make $2.10 an hour. Okay, I get that completely. But there is nothing in any law, any service, whatever, that says you have to tip. It's an expectation, it's never a requirement. So
Exactly.
totally understand that. And personally, for me, there's been times where I've asked, I mean, it's been so good on the service where I've asked my server, "Hey, what's the biggest tip you've received today?" And they're like, "Oh, $40, $50." I'll match it. I don't care if my bill was like $15, me and my wife or whatever. If they're that good, there's times where I've matched it. I'm like, you know what? Cool. Here's $40. I matched your biggest tip of the day. I mean, it's the service like that. You will always go above and beyond for them. But what it comes down to, like I said, you just have to for me, you have to sit down. Because if that's the case, if you guys want tips for, drive through and all that, well, I'm going to wear a t-shirt every day with my Cash App on it. So when I hold the door open for you, I expect you to fucking send me a Cash App tip. I'm providing a service for you for opening the door. If I answer your fucking phone call, I expect a tip at the end because I should not have answered that call. But you know what I did? You're fucking lucky. So guess what? Tip me now. That's what it comes down to here. Everybody wants a tip for everything. It's not like super chats, man. I mean, whenever I know Sweep the League gets super chats, I'm never gonna request it. I'm never gonna, post Cash Apps on Sweep the League. I don't give a fuck about that stuff. It's not required. It's not required for anything.
Yeah, no, I get you 100%, man. And like you said, now people want to get rewarded just for being decent human beings. Like you said, holding the door, giving you the food when they're not the ones making it, and just like this bartenders. When you're a regular and the bartender has a drink of choice
Yeah.
waiting for you, you sit because they saw you walk in. Well, that's worth getting a tip for.
Yeah. And your buddy Ralph made a great point. Servers do need to get paid more. I fully back that 100%. There's no way a server should ever be making $2, $3 an hour. Bullshit. I think if you want to pay them minimum wage, that's fine. But there's no reason why any server anywhere should live off of tips only. Period. That's just that should be across the board. There's no reason why they should make $2 an hour or whatever.
You see, and then our boy JC has a good solution to all this. I'll take drone delivery on the go, please. Yeah, let's just give all those jobs from that take from point A to point B to robots that actually know what the fuck they're doing, and
Don't get
not
me
these.
started on Uber, brother. Oh God.
Oh, we don't
Uber's-
we don't have that here, so
well,
I
you're
couldn't
lucky. You're
I couldn't give
fucking
you
lucky.
my couldn't give you my insight on that, but yeah, Rudy. I think it's more of a generational thing. The younger they are, the more likely the service is going to be a bit shittier. And you know
Yeah.
what? What I don't get is when you're going out and people want to record everything. I get it, it's for
Oh
content,
God.
cool. But
This is a whole nother episode.
those meta glasses has these kids acting like
Yeah.
they're fucking Stephen Colbert or fucking Conan O'Brien, you know, when they're coming up to take your order.
Yeah.
Like it's like they're reviewing themselves. They can show it to their boss. You see, I'm worth the money. You see how nice I was to this person.
Yeah.
It's the same way as those influencers that buy all those meals and hand them out, but they need to make sure they have the cameras in hand. You're not
Exactly.
gonna make me feel that way. I mean, it's shitty. If you're gonna be a decent human, be a decent human. If you're gonna be a good waiter, well then expect a good tip. I do understand there's people that don't tip regardless of said service, right?
Yeah.
Just because you know they're like, what's the point? They should have a better job. I'll never have that perspective. But yeah, at least with me, good service gets you a decent tip or a good tip at that.
I agree. If you give good service, and we're talking about restaurant, you fucking sucios out there, we're talking service at a restaurant, not any other type of service. I know people are thinking different types of services, but if you're doing good food service and you're being a good waiter or waitress, you deserve the best tip possible. I mean, and that's what I think, you know, I think it's fair to pay them a higher wage. That way they don't have to rely on tips. But then if you pay them a higher wage, do you get shitty service? So they don't rely on tips. I mean, it's kind of both ways. It's kind of a bad thing. And you're right about the camera thing. I mean, I can, you know, my wife would tell you 100 times, I many times, I've bought food for cops in line at a restaurant just because they're cops. And I've never once recorded it. I've never once told anybody. I just do it because these guys have a dangerous lifestyle. They are protecting everybody. They deserve to get a free meal every now and then from somebody. I'm glad to do it. And I do it for cops. I do it for people that work in EMS, firefighters, whatever, because they have dangerous fucking jobs. But overall, tipping, it's never ever a required thing. You know, it's expectations. And yeah, I mean that's my thing on that. And you brought up the whole social media kids recording stuff.
So that's
I
for
think we need
another
to make that
episode.
episode 3 because that one I probably guarantee you will get me canceled on this entire podcast. So I would have to give you the keys of the castle after that because I would probably get canceled, and then good God, I'd probably have to find a new job or something like that because that's a whole nother story, man. Jesus Christ, that's a whole nother thing.
yeah.
Well,
I don't want Sith running Sweep the League. I'm telling y'all right now. But Rudy,
yeah.
man, it's been a nice talk, dude. I hope you guys know what to
Mhm.
expect when y'all go out to certain restaurants, right? If they're younger,
Yeah.
if they're not young enough to have seen the last Cowboy Super Bowl win, then
Oh, Jesus.
expect shitty service. No, I'm just kidding. I'm fucking with y'all. But thanks for joining us here on Plead the Sith. This has been one hell of a show, one hell of a vibe with my boy Rudy Campos Jr., head
Yeah.
honcho at Sleep the League. Um, yeah, thank you all for taking time out of your day to join us. This has been it, y'all. See you on the other side.
Better.